There we go. Good morning? Question mark.
Thanks, Craig. I just wanted to ask, how is the president's health today? Does he still have his cold, or is he feeling better? And then to clarify on the medical exam, because you said he hasn't had one since his last physical. He was on the way to the debate. The doctor was with him. He had a cold. He's 81. Does he not get checked out by the doctor? I'm just
Well,
curious
I can
how
tell
that
you,
works.
he did not get checked out by the doctor. It's a cold, guys. It's a cold, and I know that it affects everybody differently. We have all had colds, and so no, he was not checked by the doctor. What was your other question?
How is his health today? Does he still have the
Well,
cold?
I saw him today. My team and I saw him today. He looked great, and he was with the vice president. They both look great. I know. I was asked yesterday if he still had a cold. I think if he still has a lingering cold, but he is ready to go. He's ready to go. I kind of have to wrap it up. Go ahead.
Great. Sources have told ABC that the president recognizes how difficult his political predicament is. So, how has his mood been as of late? Has he been down? Has he been frustrated?
I mentioned, I think, multiple times at this point that I got to see him. My team and I got to see him and the vice president. He's great. He's like in a great mood, ready to get things going. He's going to do the Medal of Honor later today. He's going to meet with Democratic governors, and that's kind of what you want to see, right, from your leader.
Frustrations with you all after
What I can say is that he wants to move forward. That's what he wants to do. He wants to move forward. Acknowledge, right? Acknowledge what happened. Be very clear-eyed about it, and very forthcoming and honest about what you all saw. But he also knows that he's the president of the United States. He has to continue to work and deliver on behalf of the American people. That's what he has to continue to do, and that's how he's going to move forward. All right, everybody. Thanks, everyone.
I have no idea what I just watched. Who are they even talking about? The president? Got a cold? Son of a bitch.
With Reed in motion. Give is to Lynch. And runs into a crowd, bouncing off it. Lynch stays on his feet. Wow, the strength. Nice stiff arm there. 3rd and 4. Wilson keeping, pressured by Kerrigan. Puts it up, it's caught by Lynch for the first down. Stays in bounds, and Lynch.
1st and 10, Lynch, here he goes. With room to roam. Marshawn Lynch, touchdown.
Not at Stanford. You see a pro-style game. There goes Marshawn Lynch. These Skittles, I got to find out what's in these things.
Throwing bags of the candy on the field.
Marshawn Lynch airborne to the end zone.
They're too tight and set.
Lynch with a full head of steam, and that's trouble. Marshawn Lynch on the move. One man to beat.
Here's the snap. Inside handoff to Lynch. Finds a crease inside the 20. To the 15. Needs a block. 5. Touchdown.
Lynch again. He's in for the touchdown.
Out of Wisconsin, and here is Marshawn Lynch. Breaks it up the middle. And Lynch has one man to beat. Cuts toward the middle and is finally brought down.
2nd down and 4. Marshawn Lynch pops it outside. Stutter step. Lynch.
2nd down 8 with time, throwing a dart, caught by Lynch. And it takes a village to bring him down. He says, I'm still on my feet. Don't blow that whistle. With 2 tight ends, one of which is the blocking fullback, here comes Marshawn Lynch. And he's off to the races. He's being chased by Hanson. Here he goes. Marshawn Lynch and pushed out of bounds.
Jets ranked number 1 in the NFL against the run last season. Nice spin move by Lynch. Another Buffalo first down.
Play fake to Lynch, and Whitehurst finds Lynch, who beats one tackler and another, crosses the field, and still on his feet inside the 25, down to the 20.
If you know anything about Marshawn Lynch, what you probably remember most is his sideline shenanigans that hit headlines more often towards the end of his career, where the NFL had security people surrounding him for taking a knee. We'll just say for acting controversially, which is his American right. Right.
I'm just about that action, boss.
All right, how about the effort of the offensive line to keep pushing against the defensive attack so aggressively?
Yeah.
Anything else other than yeah today?
Yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
Still having fun, Marshawn?
Yeah.
What was your song of the day?
No juice. Thanks for asking.
What's that?
I said thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you asking about my stomach. Thank you. Y'all want to try again, huh? So y'all gonna try again? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try one more time.
You know, it's crazy. Throughout that whole situation, was some of the best clips. You know, and it was all his career was overshadowed like by the end of the career controversy. But what we live in a world where, you know, like consent is like such a huge thing, right? And yet athletes and stars and just like famous people can honestly say, hey, I don't want you to bother me. I don't want to answer your questions. I don't want to be part of the media side of this, at least for him. You know, he's an athlete. He wants to play. He gets paid to play a sport, not do interviews. You know, I don't know if it's like the UFC where like it's written into their contract or whatever, like they're contractually obligated to do media. At least for Super Bowl they are, but I don't think that that's part of like. I wonder if it's written into all NFL players' contracts. Like, hey, if you make the Super Bowl, you have to do media. You have to go and answer questions. Like, he clearly didn't want to answer questions, and yet people still showed up at his locker to ask him questions. And we're okay with that. Like, we want the sound bites. We want, like, if it gets views or ratings on TV, you know, more or less views now, we're okay as a society with people going against other people's consent. You know, like, it's just interesting, you know, how that all plays out. Because hands down, this is one of my favorite people. Mainly because of the way he played the game, the way he ran the football, the way he was a team player. You go back to, and maybe I'll show it, but you go back to him in high school, he's giving credit to the O-line. I'm going to take him out to Red Lobster or whatever. Like, his relationship that he had with his quarterback in college. Who's that guy? I don't think he ended up being very good in the NFL, but you know, like, you just kind of like look at him and he was villainized because he exercised his First Amendment right to free speech, I guess. Is it free speech to take a knee? I'm not even sure. Like, he wasn't hurting anybody. He was making a statement non-verbally, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and it really overshadowed a lot of the good he did, the good he is as a person.
I'm thankful.
Talk about your performance in the second half, the big run.
I'm thankful.
What was the song of the day on the way to the game, Marshawn?
I'm thankful. Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So y'all can sit here and ask me all the questions y'all want to. I'm going to answer with the same answer. So Y'all can shoot if y'all please. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined. You sexy too. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Hey, I'm here so I won't get fined. Hey, I'm here so I won't get fined. Hey, you better make more with your time. You only got 3 more minutes. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Hey, I'm here so I won't get fined, boss. Hey, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Max!
Hey, what's up, bud? How you doing, man?
I'm just here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
So you won't get fined?
Just here so I won't get fined.
Man, I'll talk to you later, my brother.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
You still here because what?
So I won't get fined.
Marshawn, are you concerned about getting fined for your hat?
You know why I'm here.
Why do you have to be a jerk to all of us?
Marshawn, how are you feeling today?
You know why I'm here. You know why I'm here.
The man has stated over and over again he doesn't want to do media, doesn't want to, like, he's not interested in, and they show up and he's the jerk because of lack of professionalism. I can't believe that we let this man make it as far as we have. Did you know? Never mind. We'll get to something. There's a reason why I'm showcasing. He is one of my favorite people. Like, that was. We're gonna go through his body of work. We didn't even get to the best plays yet. We just kind of, you know.
You're here just so you won't get fined?
You know why I'm here. You know why I'm here.
I don't know. Can you help me out?
Marshawn, isn't this whole act just a way for you to get more attention for yourself? And it's ultimately a selfish move when there's so much other things that go into winning for the Seahawks, despite and you know, besides you.
You know why I'm here.
Say what's up to fans that love you so much.
They know why I'm here. It's a new song.
New song? From who?
Marshawn. You know why I'm here.
You know, yesterday.
Y'all got 2 more minutes to look at me. Shout out to my real Africans out there. Y'all got another minute to look at me, though.
Where can we buy Beast Mode gear?
BeastModeOnline.com. Shout out to my teammates.
Who's the best player on your team?
All of them. I got 20 seconds. Then I'm finna sit here with my mouth closed and look at you.
Can I make a prediction or not really?
I'm just here so I won't get fined, boss.
Yeah, I'm finna slide up in this thing, right? You know what I mean? Just to break the monotony a little bit. Marshawn ain't really trying to say nothing to you guys, okay? You can direct your questions to me. Check.
That is, hold on. It's pretty boring. It seems. I would say, man, this guy has no personality. Look at how he acts in front of the camera. Just look. We should put this right here. You could easily be like, oh, he's just boring. There's no personality. Obviously he's a good football player, but he doesn't bring anything else, you know, to the entertainment side of things. He even needs help. Look, if it wasn't for his teammates showing up right there, there wouldn't be a clip.
How does Marshawn feel about Skittles?
He loves his power pellets before the game, boss.
It's all about that action.
It's about that action. Boss.
Is this on?
Hey, Marshawn, would you ever want to hang out with a talking rainbow?
I wouldn't want to hang out with nobody who talks at all.
If you can live on any planet after you retire from football, which planet would it be?
I'll stay right here on Earth. I kind of like it here.
Marshawn, do you prefer watching cat videos or dog videos online?
I watch the cat. Do I ever wish the field were twice as long so I could get a 200-yard rushing touchdown? Not at all. I'll stick with 100 yards.
Do you think that everyone should get Skittles when they do something awesome at their jobs?
Like if some reporters right here and they ask me a good question, I would probably do something like that. So that's a yes.
Marshawn, what does it feel like to be in beast mode?
You don't feel in beast mode. It feels you.
Jackson going to throw for it. Lynch. First down yardage inside the 40. And we have a Raven down.
What a move. What a move by Marshawn Lynch on Jarrett Johnson. Percentage throw, but right here, there comes Ray Lewis, and then Jarrett Johnson, number 90.
That's crazy. That's how you get a... Yeah, never mind.
Two nights ago, I flew to Phoenix to challenge the New England Patriots' Rob Gronkowski and the Seattle Seahawks' Marshawn Lynch to play the not-yet-released fighting game Mortal Kombat X. It was a very... Yeah, it's not even released yet, that game. It was a very exciting night. Everyone wondering what will happen, who would win, and really wondering, would Marshawn Lynch actually speak? Would he say a single word? Ladies and gentlemen, see for yourself. In just a few days, over 78,000 screaming fans will be gathered here to cheer on the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks in the ultimate football competition, Super Bowl 49. So I thought, what better place to record what might be our biggest and most intense, clueless gamer yet? So I asked University of Phoenix Stadium, and they said, absolutely not. So now we're in the conference room of a nearby Courtyard Marriott that has free Wi-Fi and smells faintly of foot powder. Either way, it's game on.
Rob Gronkowski, tight end, New England Patriots, a.k.a. Gronk. Height, 6 feet 6 inches. Fight strength, 4,000 pounds per square inch. Marshawn Lynch, running back, Seattle Seahawks, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Favorite candy? Skittles. Favorite Gilmore Girl character? Lorelai.
Now, gentlemen, are you familiar with this game? Have you played Mortal Kombat before, any of the versions?
I've played before.
Yeah?
In video arcade games, you know, you hit every button and you always beat your board.
Right?
I'm button mashing for sure, though.
You're button mashing?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's a technique. Just go like this, and then like this.
That's looking dirty. All right, stop it. Don't do that. Don't just keep it clean.
Okay.
This is a show primarily for children. Don't know. You guys are in my dojo now, and by dojo I mean the Courtside Marriott.
Yeah.
Somewhere in Arizona, I don't even know where the we
I
are.
got the...
Who are we gonna play? Which guys do you want to be?
I'm Kano the Cutthroat. You know what I'm talking about?
There's Commando. He's the one that fights without underwear.
Just know we gotta
don't
go head to head, boss.
Okay, you just crushed my shoulder. Okay, who's who?
Should we be chicks?
Yes.
Had a pearl fight?
Okay, so you're Cassie Cage.
Yeah.
And you are Devora.
She...
I just beat you. I just cut off your face.
First, when you score, you gotta hold your nuts like this. Yeah, like that. Well, you gotta jump in the air too, and like put your hand in the air like that.
You know, I know you get fined when you do it, but you're in a free zone here.
I'm in a fine-free zone right now?
In fact, I will pay you $50 to do it. Just show me how it's done.
So you You time it up.
Yeah.
It's steps, 3 steps.
Yeah.
1, 2. And on the 3rd step, you hear,
Yeah.
what you do is, you come with it. Fall back with it. Fall back game gotta be strong.
$50, that's for you.
Oh.
That's the league I play in.
You know what? You ain't got to score to grab your nuts. Excuse me, young fella. You know what I'm saying? You sit here, wait for your turn on the video game and just grab your nuts.
Hello, nice to see you. Hello? Oh, lovely shoes. How are you? Yes, do you mind if I sit here and have an ice cream cone?
You won. Now we want to see your touchdown dance.
Okay, we'll show you what I do.
Okay, there we go.
I catch the pass, right? Get it over the shoulder.
You're still not in.
I'm coming in, and I'm taunting everyone behind me. Farewell, chums. See you later, alligator. That kind of trash talk that you guys grew up talking, right? And then I cross the line right here.
There we
Okay?
go.
Then I take the ball, kiss it, rock it to sleep, put it to bed, creep out, and close the door. No one's ever seen that before. That's gentle.
I ain't mad at you. That's pretty good.
I'm on Lipitor. That's my drug of choice. Lipitor. Get yours today. I get free money that way.
On South? I don't even know what Lipitor is.
Me neither, but I like this.
You guys are
You get free
athletes.
money for Lipitor?
You're athletes.
Lipitor.
You don't know what
Get
it
yours
is.
today.
Gronk, you can't just say
Get yours
Lipitor and
today.
get money from a
You said Lipitor. Keeps your heart rate. Lipitor. If it's harder for 4 hours, call a
No,
doctor.
no, Gronk, it's not that drug. All right, I think we're going to tally the score now. I believe Marshawn has the most victories today, but I was born and raised in Boston. My family lives there, so I'm calling this a draw. Gentlemen, you can share this trophy. It's an almost exact replica of the Super Bowl trophy, except in honor of Mortal Kombat, it has a severed head. You guys get to share this. That's for both of you.
I know why you gave us this. Here.
What? That's really mature.
That's really why.
Really mature. Incredible. Forget it, Marshawn, that's yours. You can see the other video games I've reviewed at teamcoco.com/cluelessgamer. We got an amazing show tonight.
Oh, excuse me. Where the hell did it go? What happened? Hiya. Fix it. Oh my god, it's broken. Hey, you little fucker. What's going on here? Oh no, we are having technical difficulties right now. Please stand by if it's even live still. You're connected to the internet and the network quality might be low. Oh, that's not too bad. That's just too bad. Oh, you're probably wondering why. Like, why go on about Marshawn Lynch right now? I'll get to it. It'll make sense eventually. If this shit was fucking work, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, gonna fucking ruin another fucking. Alright, as long as you're fucking. Alright, so Marshawn, hold on, we gotta watch it, dude. I still Seattle would have been they were one run away. One run away. If you don't know anything about this run, 7-9, first team to make the playoffs with a losing record. This is hands down. So they were like, I mean, obviously we're making the playoffs 7-9 under sub 500 is a feat in itself. But if you really want to peel the layers back to a franchise-changing play, easily, it really does come down to this play because the next year, like they bring in, I think it's the next year, I'm not sure. They bring in Russell. Pretty soon, a Legion of Boom shows up. They start drafting. They hit huge in the draft, and this is kind of like the turnaround for the franchise. In my eyes, there's no bigger. I've always, so as a Seattle fan, I grew up watching Ken Griffey Jr. and I've always been curious to know who, because I grew up in Eastern Washington, not Western Washington, but I wasn't even a big Seahawks fan growing up. Like I grew up watching the Cowboys and the 49ers. Like we're talking about when I was little, like mid 90s, so I would have been in my 10, super young. Anyway, but to think this is what spurred the turnaround for the franchise in my eyes. Like there's no doubt about it. And I do believe that as a whole, Marshawn Lynch did far more for Seattle sports than Griffey did. And they both, and you make the comparison because they both wore number 24. So it's easy. And Griffey was, I mean, huge. Like Lynch really didn't do it as much outside of the sport as Griffey was polarizing both on the field, off the field. He had a dad that played, but he was the center of the team, where Lynch wasn't the center of the team. When Wilson showed up, kind of like, quarterback, you don't really think of the running back as the spark plug, but, if you trace it back to this run, this is, and it really is a shame. Pete Carroll did a great job. That throw, I mean, if you're trying to waste it down in the Super Bowl, it's kind of stupid, but this is why they should have handed it to him on the 1 or 2 or 3, whatever. I try my best to forget that play in the Super Bowl.
Crowd silent now, as opposed to when the Saints have the ball. Oh, look at this run. What a run. Marshawn Lynch still on his feet. Has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown.
What a run. 67 yards by Marshawn Lynch. Mare's extra point is good.
That's as good an effort as I've ever seen in my life from a running back who they traded for from Buffalo. Downhill, physical, and down the field, you're going to see Matt Hasselbeck and the whole offensive line. Watch him cut it back, and you're going to see all kinds of people sprinting down the field to help him. He breaks the tackle of Shanley, runs through Sharper, runs through Adele, runs through Jabari Greer. Get off me, he says to Tracy Porter. Look all the way down the field, Hasselbeck, all the offensive linemen. Are you kidding me? Columbus is down the field. 78 Columbus, the offensive guard. The quarterback, Hasselbeck, was 30 yards down the field. Look at the hustle by Columbus. Here he is right here. Hasselbeck, Michael Williams, Locklear. Look at that. Locklear and Hasselbeck coming up from behind. Are you kidding me? Alex Brown, I don't know how many missed tackles and broken tackles were in there.
I think at least a half dozen tackles that Lynch broke. He broke at least a half dozen tackles on that run. What a run, an amazing effort by Marshawn Lynch.
How about the whole rest of the
stepping and some shifty maneuvering, and Peterson tries to strip him. Did he stay in bounds? Because if he stayed in bounds, he's going to go all the way. Marshawn Lynch, 79 yards, unless he stepped out, and you saw Peterson come over, not to make the tackle, but just try to strip him.
It's not quite the earthquake run, but it's close. They've got three defensive linemen right in the center. This is all Marshawn Lynch. And Peterson, one of the fastest guys, goes to try and strip the ball out. Rashad Johnson, it's unbelievable. Honestly, it's unbelievable. I don't care if he ever talks to the media. Watching that guy play is remarkable.
Here's the key right here. Right
Gotta hide the dirty dishes, you know what I mean?
In, right in, and off he goes to the longest run of his career.
One of the greatest plays I've ever seen right there. An individual effort.
Fuck the Cardinals.
Literally, physically, whatever you want to call that, sick. That is absolutely spectacular, and he does it all the time.
What has Antacid done for you lately?
Skittles. I guess they work. We're going to have to bring some to the booth.
Whatever it is.
Wow.
And we still didn't hand him the ball in the Super Bowl. And we still... All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Kevin Newsom. Wow. All right. So let's. It might not be real. I don't know which one to click on. Newsom launches podcast, not presidential run. Oh my God, dude. Thank you for the ad. No, I'm not. Oh. His running mate is ex-NFL star Marshawn Lynch. Governor Gavin Newsom knows the value of connecting with celebrities and of connecting with the wealthy. Now he's banking on an alliance with Beast Mode. Newsom will host a weekly podcast along with former NFL star running back and noted disruptor Marshawn Beast Mode Lynch and his agent Doug Hendrickson. It premieres July 15th and will be titled Politickin'. The podcast is billed on the iHeartRadio platform as an unexpected collaboration, and the hosts are described as Gavin Newsom, like you've never heard him, and Marshawn exactly how you'd expect him. That's crazy. So I guess the Democrats are going to roll Gavin out as Biden's replacement. Right? Unless they're going to use the podcast as a way to get his talking points out. But, anyway, it's a great, I don't know. I'm going to tune in. At least for one episode, Oh, he was teammates with Aaron Rodgers. That's right. They played it in Cal. No, that guy, he's all right, He's definitely all right at football, Dave Portnoy just recently stated that he thinks that Chicago has the worst pizza, is the worst area for pizza, for cheese pizzas at least. That guy, he travels around and he rates slices one by everybody knows the rules, then he rates the cheese pizza, which is a really, really smart way to, if you're going to a new pizza place, you should order the cheese pizza, especially if you're not happy with a previous place in your local area. You should order the cheese, because if you can't get a cheese pizza right, you shouldn't, you can just cake a bunch of toppings on and cover up the fact, or mask the fact that you make a shitty fucking sauce, or you just make a shitty pizza in general. And, it doesn't, it really, it kind of caught me off guard that Dave, of all people, couldn't put two and two together, considering he created one of the largest, let's just say a competitor to ESPN as far as a sports media company goes. Easily rivals the mainstream sports media outlets for sure, if not has surpassed them. He doesn't have the access to be able to play sports live, but as far as views and everything that company is connected to, I would be surprised if they're not, anyway. So for him to have a background in sports and to be what he is, not just a background, for him to be what he is in sports, it's not hard to figure out why cheese pizzas in Chicago are so bad. I would imagine that everybody that's making a cheese pizza in Chicago is just under their breath, mumbling, cussing out the Green Bay Packers. I fucking hate the Packers as they're tossing the dough, as they're sprinkling the cheese, and I can't stand that fucking team. And so, for every cheese pizza made, it's made with hate. If you're getting a cheese pizza, especially thin crust, in Chicago, it is legit made with hate. And I stand by the idea of Aaron Rodgers needs to open up a pizza restaurant in Chicago that specializes in whatever the local area least favorite pizza style is for the neighborhood. So if that neighborhood is known for this place has the best the thin crust. Then you open up a deep dish, a pizza place, and you fucking just do whatever you can to piss the locals off. Because, you know, like, you're Aaron fucking Rodgers, dude. It's not about opening and establishing a good business. It's about continuing to troll and own the Chicago fan base, which you did, like, your entire career. So just continue the tradition of pissing off people in Chicago by opening a pizza place in Chicago. And you could have, I'm sure Marshawn would go there and help you, you know, like, he'd make an appearance or two. Maybe not. What a great show would be, a better podcast. Instead of Gavin, it should have been Aaron Rodgers. Or instead of Doug, his manager. Or you could have 4 mics there. Aaron Rodgers should definitely make a guest appearance or be part of that podcast. In my eyes, I just, those two. You need to, the relationship between Aaron Rodgers and Marshawn Lynch needs to be documented with video footage, like, a lot better, so that it can survive the test of time a little bit better, and it can be used as a great example as to how you should be, or what kind of bonds should come out of being a teammate.
Driving the cart across the field. One of the nation's best teams. And it says something about Washington, too, that they're not going to fold the tent because their quarterback is down. I think, as you said earlier, they are a legitimate bowl team. Desmond Bishop right now is driving the cart across the field. That's one of the more ridiculous things I've ever seen. It's Marshawn Lynch, not Desmond Bishop. 2 number 10s on this Cal team. That is absolutely hysterical. And that's the final drive of the game. Well, time now for our Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance for the California Golden Bears. That touchdown drive by Cal in overtime. Pontiac will award the school with today's Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance, $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund. Today's Pontiac Pac-10 game-changing performance has been brought to you by your local Pontiac dealers. Go in today, check out the all-new Pontiac showroom. Pontiac, designed for action. To the sideline, Jim Watson. Waddy.
Yeah, down here with Nate Longshore, the quarterback. What a terrific football game.
Yeah, great game. You know, we struggled a little bit on offense in the first.
Marshawn Lynch takes over the game. He goes far side, galloping into the end zone. That tied the game at 41-all. Then up 7 in the fourth quarter, Lynch puts it away. Look at Marshawn Lynch breaking tackles, then racing 46 yards, and Oakland Tech has the win. 55-47, they win the Silver Bowl in a wild one. Marshawn Lynch, the star for the Bulldogs after the game, he honored his offensive line.
Our lineman, oh my God, if my lineman wasn't so good, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And me being as broke as I am, I'm about to find a way to treat my lineman to Sizzler.
Go with Sizzler, we go with Sizzler.
To Sizzler.
Go with Sizzler.
To Sizzler.
Go with Sizzler, we go with Sizzler.
Driving the cart across the field. One of the nation's best teams. And it says something about Washington.
Big media guy. Oh, look at you, man.
Man, we gotta grow up somehow, some way, huh?
Proud of you, bro.
For real, for real?
Yeah.
Or you just saying that?
No, I'm proud of you.
This not gonna work for me. We gotta get the out of here.
Where you want to go?
I mean, I feel uncomfortable as this ain't gonna work. I'm sorry y'all had to put all this mobile, right? We gonna move around a little bit. He talking about big media guy. Oh, you out of pocket, bro. What the
You know I gotta represent, bro.
Oh,
you know represent?
You got that on tap?
Yep.
Oh, man. Well, hold on. Look. So when we was at school, my claim to fame is we had 24 power, which was my favorite play at Cal. And you did one of the biggest things that probably kept me from being benched. We had 25 power, and I took 24 steps. And you came looking for me, and I was all the way on it. And oh, there you go right there. And you handed the ball off backwards to me, bruh. Coach Gould ripping me. You came over and was like, hey, no, it was my fault. You took the blame. I don't think you had to do that, but you did. Playing with you, it just made it so easy.
Marshawn Lynch. Shining 7 days a week.
I don't know how many tugs I caught from you, but
I remember you threw one in the big game.
It's a pitch to Lynch, and Lynch is going to throw. He goes for the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
And you also broke off a run, and I blocked for you on that play.
He's to the 45, makes another cut. He's to the 40, to the 35, the 30. He's gone!
My favorite Marshawn Lynch story is when you gave me this jersey. Because we beat y'all right here. And then I swear, we broke it down, and I turned around and they go, hey, somebody's in the equipment room. I was like, oh, who's it gonna be? It's you with your pads on, still.
Fully dressed. What's up?
And we chopped it up for like 30 minutes.
I would have loved to play with you in the league.
Wish I could tackle you.
No, you don't. How much longer you got?
You coming back?
Bruh.
Come on, bro. Strangers to green and gold.
I'm just saying, though.
I need to hand that 24 power off one more time.
I had to start working out right now.
Yeah,
I could probably be ready.
Less than when you came back with Seattle late in the year that one year.
Well, I was hella fat. I just got to tell you, by the way, I pulled up to Lambeau.
Yeah, Lambeau. I heard. What color?
Hacker green. But the thing is, man, watching you play at any given moment, A-Rod turn this up.
Touchdown, Green Bay! Somewhere, Marshawn Lynch is smiling.
Gonna have to here these last few weeks.
But that's easy money, though.
Yeah, I think so.
If it's somebody I know could get him going in the right direction, it's for sure you. And if not, I don't want to be seeing your ass be all mad and throwing your helmet and doing all that kind of crazy shit.
Rodgers steps back, throws for the end zone, has a receiver out there, caught, touchdown, Marshawn Lynch, so easy you wouldn't believe it.
About this pigskin right here, I don't know if you really about that.
What you mean?
You were 47?
Yeah.
You need to warm that thing up?
No, I'm good. What you want?
I mean, what's up?
You want to catch a pass?
Hey, you know what they call these right here? They call these pluckies. Pluckies. You got that 2-4 jersey on, bro. You about to make me get that itch.
You know how we do.
You understand me? This motherfucker here. Is that the one that was from this
bro.
one?
Yes.
How the did I fit in that jersey, bro?
You want a harder shot?
No, man, just something I can catch, man. Just put it on me just a little bit. All right, that's enough of that. Hey, thank you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's all love, family. All love, baby. Hey,
good to see you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, you can't see. Look, I wave. Look, looks like I could be doing some sus-ass shit. All right, yeah, that's really cool, dude. Lacey, and then I got squared yesterday, and then Oni the day before, dude. I really appreciate the follows. I do. I try my best to pay attention, but as you can tell, I'm pretty much an idiot, dude. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I don't ignore. I just get complacent. Boo. I don't even know what to say. Well, anyway, so be interesting. It appears as if Gavin is not going to be replacing Biden, and instead he's going to be chopping it up with Marshawn Lynch on a weekly podcast, which is if it ends up being actual politicking and it's a way to get him in front of a microphone and talking about policy changes and stuff like that, kudos. You know, you got to give credit where credit is due, and it's a smart, really smart play by the Democratic Party, if in fact it is to do what. Anyway, happy 4th of July. That's woohoo, woohoo. I got a quick news break article. See, I'll do my best to try and read this shit. You know, it's not just humans. Dogs in Spokane are also overdosing on drugs. Spokane's drug overdose crisis has ravaged the city, killing hundreds of people and sending thousands to the emergency room. I got two under my belt. Clean though, over 2 years. Now it also appears to be impacting dogs. Over the course of just 2 weeks in May, there were at least 3 incidents where dogs in Spokane had to be given overdose reversal medication after consuming what their owners believe was fentanyl left on the ground. Who the fuck has so much fentanyl that they're just leaving it on the ground? Like, that's most of the like, you're not just a everyday user if you're leaving drugs on the ground. You gotta have enough to really not give a shit. Like, you're like, yeah, I can spare that because I got. Anyway, last year 194 people died from overdoses involving fentanyl in Spokane County, a 592% increase over 2020, according to the county medical examiner's office. According to the county medical examiner's office, the 3 Spokane dogs that appear to have ingested fentanyl survived, but the string of incidents, while dwarfed by the ongoing loss of human life, highlights how widespread the drug has become in Spokane. Fentanyl is generally smoked off pieces of foil, which are often discarded in the street and can contain drug residue. Okay, all right. Well, okay. So if dogs are licking it off of foils, and there's really no way to stop it. If once they get the taste of it, it's gonna be. That's fucking crazy. That is really, really crazy. Betty said she believes her dog, Gracie Lou, consumed one of those foils while on a walk to the post office on May 22nd. At a town hall meeting last month, Betty told Spokane City Council members that Gracie Lou, a service dog provided by Veterans Affairs, stopped and sniffed a pile of trash that looked like someone's leftover lunch. 15 minutes later, Gracie Lou was staggering. The 95-pound Bernedoodle fell sideways and let out a combination bark and scream. The owner raced her dog to an emergency veterinary clinic. I'd hate to see the bill on that. While signing in, Gracie Lou vomited up a piece of tinfoil. As Betty and the veterinarian told her, don't wait for the labs, we're giving her Narcan. Narcan is the brand name for naloxone, an opioid overdose reversal drug that is administered nasally. The drug is designed for humans, but it also works on dogs. Gracie Lou eventually recovered, but the experience was still deeply troubling. Betty met with Mayor Lisa Brown and told her about the incident. Brown says she talked about it with the city's homeless outreach team, which responds to homeless encampments and cleans up illegally dumped trash around the city. The incident highlights how important it is for people to call 311 if they see garbage they think the city needs to address, Brown says. Gracie Lou wasn't the only dog to fall victim to fentanyl in May. On May 15th, a couple rang the doorbell at Fire Station 4 in Brown's Addition and told firefighters that during an evening stroll, their chihuahua became lethargic after ingesting a piece of foil they believed contained fentanyl. Firefighters administered Narcan and the dog immediately began to recover. Wait, hold on. You had a chihuahua? What is up with people? Like, I just realized I'm like over here. Look. Let me just finish this. Let me just finish reading. Right? Best streamer out there. What the hell are people doing? Hold on. Drug addicts are gonna do drug addict things, right? It's not that crazy to think that, like, oh yeah, of course they're gonna leave garbage around. What are the people walking on the dog doing where the dog eats foil? Like, I would understand if it was like. Am I crazy for thinking? Does that seem like out of place? Like you're on a walk with your dog. Are you staring at the sky? You're just walking and you're staring at the sky. Are you having a full deep conversation? Are you holding your phone and recording cool TikToks while your dog is eating fucking foils? Because it's like, I don't know, have you ever put foil in your mouth and chewed on it? Do dogs get the same sensation that humans get when they chew on foil? Because I would imagine that are they just like hoovering it? They just walk up and like down the hatch. It's happening in a split second and the owners have no idea. Or who the hell? That's too bad. Justin, a spokesperson for the fire department, says the fact that both dogs responded to Narcan makes it highly likely that fentanyl was the culprit. The fire department administers Narcan to humans every single day. They used it to treat 91 patients in May alone. Justin isn't aware of any previous instances of firefighters using it on dogs. Other drugs are also impacting dogs. Owners in the Spokane area have reported their dogs becoming seriously ill after consuming marijuana products. That's a huge. I wouldn't bring those two drugs up side by side in the same article. I wouldn't. I don't know. It's like. Anyway, that's too bad. Clean up after yourselves. It really is. Really is a shame. Drug addiction sucks. It really is a tough thing. I do really want to. It's such a weird thing to segue into because there's really no like. Let's talk about Marshawn Lynch and highlight how cool his relationship with Aaron Rodgers is, and then.
In the late 18th century, Britain, one of the major powers of Europe, just walked out of the American Revolutionary War with the expensive cost of losing not only much of its national prosperous Qing Empire. The Opium Wars not only provided convincing evidence of weakened China, but also made a further contribution to this weakening. And most importantly, the conflicts were believed to contribute to the ending of China's 5,000-year imperial dynastic system, and the beginning of what is now referred to in China as the Century of Humiliation. Thanks for watching. If you find this information useful, forces headed to Tianjin. Once arriving at Tianjin, a treaty was once again proposed, and unsurprisingly for the Chinese, these treaties were even more unequal than the last one. The treaty included the opening of 10 more Chinese ports to foreign trade, permission for foreign legations in Beijing, and Christian missionary activity, and the legalization of the opium trade. Although the Chinese signed the treaties in 1858, it took 2 more years of fighting, which ended...
That's not what I was looking for.
We arrest drug dealers. We criminalize people, mainly black and brown people, for possessing small amounts of drugs like weed. We do this because drugs are bad. Unless, of course, it's your government that's dealing the drugs. Like that time the British Empire got China hooked on opium.
Empires of Dirt, a show about Europeans getting rich at the expense of everyone else.
No, I don't want to highlight that. I gotta go to the store anyway. I gotta cut this short. Anyway, the best way to I remember seeing something about China just really kind of like came down harshly on the people that supply the drugs. They cut off all supplies and they forced its citizens to get clean, which is I would never suggest it if it wasn't something that I was willing. You should never suggest anybody go through anything you're not willing to do yourself. That goes for war. Like, you don't send people over to war unless you're willing to go suit up and go fight the war yourself. I have personally gotten clean. I have detoxed many times. I've been on Suboxone. I was a full-blown addict for years. I was smoking the little blue pills, started off with prescription drugs, and then it morphed into heroin addiction, and pretty soon it was hard to find heroin. The best way, so having gone through detox multiple times, having gone through getting Suboxone medication from Ideal Options many times, what it ended up working was just getting clean. Like, there's no bullshit about it. Like, you just gotta go through it. And if you cut off the supplies, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of pissed off drug addicts, but really, if the issue is getting to the point where they're leaving shit around and now dogs are starting to overdose on leftover foils and litter, drug-infused litter, yeah, and that's like a 500% increase from 2020. I would imagine, look at what the government was willing to do. Governments across the world, around the world, were willing to do for COVID. Which, if you compare the COVID numbers to the number of deaths attributed to fentanyl and opiate-related and fentanyl, the fact that there hasn't been more done to combat the fentanyl crisis in this nation just goes to show that COVID, to me, in my opinion, was more of a cash grab for Big Pharma and less about public safety. And not just a cash grab for Big Pharma, but it was also a way to really destroy a lot of small businesses, which strengthen the major corporations, the ones that were allowed to stay open. There's just a lot. There's so many layers to what happened with COVID and everything. But if you look at the numbers for the fentanyl deaths compared to the COVID deaths, I don't think it's even close as to the increase, the steady increase. It's not like it's dwindling, and most of the time people just don't give a shit because they're drug addicts. Like, society can operate with or without them. They're a burden to the state, right? If they're just a drug addict, like, who gives a shit about them? Like, and I kind of feel like there's a big approach to that, you know, because if you do get clean, trust me, it's not, there are things that can change in your body, that make it hard to go back to a life you lived before addiction. You know, like I had CPR performed on me. Didn't help my rib situation. I now have a rib that kind of like pops out whenever. Not saying that it's attributed to getting CPR, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. It is. So anyway, yeah, so China, once the opium wars were over, they started to implement a lot of really strict punishment. I even believe that there was a few instances where death was the penalty for traffickers and drug dealers. And, you know, to take that hard line, I respect it. Like, if you really want to get rid of something, you can't pussyfoot around and hope that things change. Like, you're either going to, and this is like just from my experience, like I just had to go get clean, as uncomfortable as it was, as hard as it was. And that's so for China to take that approach. I don't even know what I was talking about, but the approach to this nation's drug addiction problem and fentanyl, which is apparently now a dog and pet issue, which, you know, not knowing the full gist of the story, it would be nice to know what the fucking owners were doing. You know, there is some level of accountability that needs to be held, that they need to them. You know, like, how the fuck does your dog eat foil? Like, I don't think that's a quick, you know, just yeah. Anyway. And I really don't want to be like, I want to, my ideal or like what I aim to do is not to be like, I lack common sense in real life. I'm really good at theoretically explaining things common sensically, but really I enjoy being funny. I want to be, and like, I'd rather make you laugh if I bring you a story or whatever. It's not, I'm an idiot, I'm not. If anything, if anybody was to do any research on me, I am a great example of how not to live life. Like, I've made too many mistakes. I've gone left when I should have went right so many times in my life. Like, when I come to forks in the road, I have more times than not made the wrong turn. What the fuck is going on? Is this RFK VP candidate Nicole Shanahan speaks out? All right.
I'm joined now by Nicole Shanahan. She is, of course, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Damn it. That mustache. That's, there are certain things, and I'm not trying to just roast people but that you tell me you're underage without telling me you're underage. That mustache, man. I had that when I was 13. That was the mustache I was rocking back then. And you know what? And I wore it proudly. I couldn't have been more excited. But that was, can we, I think that's it. I gotta go to the store. It's been fun. Appreciate the new follows. The 3 that I've had in the last 2 days. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I wish I had something cool to send you out on. What do you call a quickie that takes too long and turns out to be nothing but a waste of time? A slowie. Happy 4th.